Hello students. I think all of you are fine in your home. So as you already know that we completed our first chapter, that is life process, which is the sixth chapter of your NCERT book. Now continuing that, we are going to start the next chapter, that is the control and coordination, which is this chapter number 7 for you. That is the second chapter of biology and chapter number 7 of your NCERT book. So what I written on the board today is the synopsis. What I written on the board is the synopsis, that what we are going to study in this chapter. Now, as you seen clearly here, first we are going to talk about the introduction of this chapter. What is nervous system is, how it works in our body, that we are going to talk about. Then we are going to talk about the sense organs, and especially the receptors. Now receptors are very important because you find the questions related to the receptors in your board exams. And the next is the neuron and conduction of nerve impulses. Now we have to see what is neuron is. Actually you already studied in the 9th class that what neuron is, how the structure of neuron is there. But in this class we have to see a little bit detailed structure of the neuron, and also we have to see how the nerve conduction took place in our body. How the signals were going to reach to the part which is processing it. I'm going to tell you later what it is. Now then the reflex action and the reflex arc, that is that term reflex action and reflex arc is new to you, but these actions and these reflex arc is new to you, but actually what happens, this reflex action is very much familiar to you. How? I am going to explain when I come to this topic. And then we have to see the human brain. Now in human brain we have to see the function of each part of the human brain. So we divide human brain in different parts and we have to see the functions of the different part of the human brain. Then we come to the plants. And then we are going to see the coordination in plants, how the plants coordinate, how the coordination took place in the plant, because they are also the complex living organisms. Now in coordination in plant, we are going to see the tropic movements, the nastic movements, and the plant hormone, which is known to be as the PGR. PGR also known to be as the plant growth regulators. Now we have phytohormones also. So we have to see this thing. Then we have to see the endocrine glands in our body. What are the various endocrine glands are there? Now, each gland is very important because from this endocrine gland the important questions were going to come in your examination, board examination. And the last topic which we are going to study is the feedback mechanism. Now the feedback mechanism is related to this endocrine glands. How this feedback mechanism works, that is what I am going to tell you. So when we introduce this chapter to you, when I am going to introduce this chapter to you, the first part, the introduction part is there. We know that we perform so many different activities in the whole day. Whole day we perform so many different activities without knowing and unknowing. For example, if we are going for a shopping, then we are seeing the things, we are putting it in our basket, we are making the bill, we are paying the money and all, and coming back to the home. There are so many activities we are performing day by day. We are drinking water, we are eating food. So all these activities has to be guided by a system, and that system which controls all these activities is known to be as the nervous system. So nervous system plays a very, very important role in the control and coordination of all the organs, all the tissues, all the cells in our body. Now I am giving you one simple example. Now if you feel that your hand is on the hot plate, your hand is on the hot plate, or in Hindi we are calling tawa. If your hand is on the hot tawa, then what do you do? You keep your hand remains there, or you put it out, pull it out from there. So what do you do? Obviously, it is very, very simple that if you touch a hot object, surely you put your hand away from it. So why you are putting your hand away from it? of course, it is a very sudden action. It is a very sudden action. Na? Or if I say, if somebody throws a ball in front of you, what do? You simply put off your face or your body part from the path of the ball. So these are the actions. These are the simple actions which our body performs. Not our body, the other animals also. In your book, it is written that a cat is running. So why it is running? It may be running for some food. It may be running to save his life. So many actions the animals will perform. And why these actions were? For the survival, for the search of food, or you can say to avoid any enemies like. So these are the actions which is performed. Now we are going to talk about the nervous system in the humans, and later we are going to see the coordination in plant. So when we see the nervous system in humans, the nervous system is made up of two major parts. The nervous system is made up of two major parts, or you can say the nervous system is classified into two. The first is called the CNS. This is called the central nervous system. This is called the central nervous system, and the another one is called the PNS. P. That is the peripheral nervous system. So the two parts are there. Our whole nervous system is made up of two parts. The center, that is very basic information I am giving. It is very basic information. The CNS contains the brain and spinal cord. The brain and the spinal cord. So these are the two parts of the CNS, that is the central nervous system. The another part which contains the peripheral nervous system is the nerves. Which arises from brain and which arises from spinal cord and distributed in the whole body. So the nerves which arises from the brain, I am making the diagram for you here. Now, let us suppose this is the brain and this is the spinal cord. This is the brain and this is the spinal cord. So the brain and spinal cord, these two is CNS, that is the central nervous system. And the nerves which arises from the brain is called the cranial nerves. And there are other set of nerves which arises from the spinal cord. Now spinal cord is present inside our vertebral column, रीढ़ की हड्डी, backbone. So inside the vertebral column, the spinal cord is present. And in the cranium, inside the skull, the brain is present. Now these are the two things which provide protection to the internal organs. The spinal cord, the vertebral column, provide the protection to the spinal cord, and the cranium, the skull, provides the protection to the brain. And these nerves which arises from the brain and these nerves arises from the spinal cord, makes the peripheral nervous system. So how the nerve conduction took place, or how the message transfer took place. Now let us suppose some stimuli, some external stimuli. Stimuli is the response from the outside to the body. Stimuli, very very important. Stimuli is the response from outside environment to our body. That is what called stimuli. For example, if we are feeling cold, so feeling cold is the stimuli. If somebody is touching us, that touching is also the stimuli. If somebody is biting us, for example, mosquito or something like that, if it is biting us, then that is also a stimuli. And for stimuli, there is an action. For stimuli, there is an action. For example, if we are feeling cold, then surely we are going to put the sweater and all. If we are feeling hot, then surely we put the lights and the coolers or the AC. If somebody is biting my hand, or we can say mosquito is biting my hand, this hand surely comes like this. So that is what the action whichever body is performing for the external stimuli. So if the external stimuli came to us, then the message from the nerve goes to the brain, and from the brain the message comes to the other muscles to perform the action. For example, if in this point a mosquito is biting me, so from here the message goes to the brain, and from the brain the message comes to this hand. What the message comes? What the muscles perform? The action like this, to kill the mosquito, to just remove the mosquito from the hand, if it is biting. If somebody is calling from me backside, if somebody is calling me, then what would happen? The the voice comes to me, it goes to my ear. My ear recognizes that voice. Actually, my ear doesn't recognize the voice. The voice message goes to the brain. The brain is a center for hearing. It recognizes the voice, and again it messages my body to see back. So this is how if I want to drink a glass of water, then the center of thirst in my brain orders my hand to take the water and drink it. So these are the things. This is the way how our nervous system is working. But let me tell you one thing, that our nervous system does not work without the sense organs. Now sense organs plays a very, very important role. Now we already from the previous classes know that we have 5 sense organs. And I think all of you know what is the sense organs: the eyes, the ear, the nose, the skin, the eyes, ear, nose, skin, and the mouth, that is tongue. So these are the 5 sense organs. And very, very important, these sense organs are having receptors. Now whom we are calling the receptors? Receptors are the you can say structures which obtain this external stimuli, which detects this external stimuli. And the important question came from here is the name of the receptors. The important question came here from the name of the receptors. For example, let us suppose the sense organ, let us say eye. So the receptors which are present in the eyes are photoreceptors. The receptors which are present in our eyes, the photoreceptors. For example, here, the receptors detecting the sound. The receptors present here detects the sound. What they detects? They detects the light. The receptors which are present in the ear, I am going to tell you what is the later I am going to tell you the receptors ear, the nose. Now it is very, very important. The nose, the receptors are known to be as olfactory receptors, and the olfactory receptors detect the smell. The olfactory receptors detect the smell. The tongue, the receptors are known to be as gustatory receptors. gustatory receptors. These gustatory receptors detect the taste. Now the next organ is the skin, and in the skin there are actually in the skin there are many different types of receptors. In the skin there are many different types of receptors, and actually there are many different types of receptors. The one type of receptor is the thermoreceptors. The one type is the thermoreceptor. The thermoreceptor detects the temperature, that is the heat. Then chemoreceptors detects the presence of chemicals. And there are so many tactile receptors detect the touch, touch. Now when I forget, that is the ear. In ear the phonoreceptors are there. Phonoreceptors are there. Now these phonoreceptors are actually what they detect. They detect the sound. The sound they detect. Sound. Now, okay. Now before the after the sense organs, after studying the sense organs and the receptors and the most important thing. Now the chapter start actually. The most important thing. Very important thing we are going to study today in this video is the structure of neuron. The structure is already I made for you, so I don't want to waste my time drawing the structure here. So this is the structure of the neuron. Okay, so neuron is the basic unit of the nervous system. Our all nerves, whatever we studied previously, the cranial and the peripheral, or whatever the nerves are there, whatever the part of nervous system, the brain is there, the spinal cord is there, all are made up of these neurons. Now these neurons plays a very important role in the transfer of nerve messages in the nervous system. Now the structure of neuron already we seen in the ninth class. In the ninth class we already seen the structure of neuron, and that same structure we are going to see here. The same structure, a little bit detailed maybe. The same structure we are going to see here. Now, this portion which includes the nucleus and these branches is known to be as cell body. This structure is known to be as cell body, and these branches which are you seeing is the dendrites. We are calling them as dendrites, and inside the cell body there is a nucleus also. Now these cells are Schwann cells. Schwann cells, and these nodes are nodes of Ranvier. Actually, this is not this is the detailed one, which if you don't know, if you don't know this thing, it doesn't matter also for the 10th class. Now, what the matter is, the structure from here to here is known as axon. That is, you have to remember. That is very important. The structure from here to here is known to be as axon. This middle portion, the middle structure is known to be as the axon, and this portion is known to be as the nerve ending. That portion is known to be as nerve ending. Okay? These portion, the end portion of the neuron is known to be as nerve endings. So this is the structure. This is the basic structure of the neuron, which you already seen in the previous class. Now in the next portion we are going to see how the message passes from one neuron to the another. That is very important. We already talked about the receptors. Now we are going to talk about the conduction of the nerve impulse. The conduction of the nerve impulse is the conduction of messages from the one part to the another. That is what called the conduction of the nerve impulse. Is it clear? So for that also I made the diagram for you. I need a little bit more time to display it. So I am displaying here. Or should I remove this? Okay. So already I made the diagram for you. I am just stating it. The conduction of the nerve impulse. How the nerve impulse conduct from the one neuron to the another neuron to the brain. Now this is the diagram. This is the diagram which already I made for you, the 10th class students. This is the diagram which I already made for you. Now this is the diagram. This is the diagram which shows the conduction of the nerve impulse. Now in this diagram it is clearly mentioned. In this diagram it is clearly mentioned. Now you just see. This is the muscles. These are the muscles. The muscles in the muscles these pink color cells are called receptors. So in the muscles there is something to receive the stimuli. I told you the receptors are those cells which receive the stimuli from the environment. The stimuli is the source of stimuli is the, you can say stimuli is the response from the outer environment to us. So these pink color cells which I drawn here are the receptors, and the receptors receive the stimuli. Now this is the muscle. These are the muscle cells, and the junction between the neuron. This is the neuron which I made for you. Now the red color portion is the first neuron. The green color portion is the second neuron, and the blue color portion is the third neuron. And there is a chain of neuron. I only draw the 3 neurons for you. Now this chain goes to the brain. You just see here, and from the brain again the same chain comes to the muscles. Now these are the muscles which receive the stimulus, and also there are the muscles which performs the action for the stimuli. So for example, I am telling you. For example, let us say in the starting of the video I told you that if somebody is feeling cold. Now if somebody is feeling cold, then the receptors are the skin. Receptors are present in the skin. The skin passes the message to the brain in this way to the brain. From the brain again the message comes to the effector muscles. For effector muscles means the muscles which are going to respond to the stimuli. And the muscles which respond to the stimuli is the muscles of our hand. Our hand we are going to grab the sweater and we are going to wear it. So got it now? So here the receptors were going to receive the stimuli. These are the muscles. From the muscles, this is very important, I am telling you right now. The junction between the muscles and the first neuron is known to be as neuromuscular junction. The junction between the muscles and the first neuron, especially in that neuron, these are the dendrites. So between the dendrites and the muscles there is a gap, and that gap, that junction where they meet, is known to be as neuromuscular junction. And it is very, very important, this neuromuscular junction, because the first time the neurotransmitter releases here. Now sir, what is the neurotransmitter? So neurotransmitters are the chemicals. Neurotransmitters are the chemicals which carries the messages from the one neuron to the another. In case of chemical junction is there. Now what is the chemical junction, I tell you later. Now you just see here first. This is the chemical junction actually. Now from the muscles a chemical is released which is known to be as neurotransmitter. That neurotransmitter carries the message. Now I am telling you, for each response there is a different type of neurotransmitter. For each response, for each stimuli there is a different type of neurotransmitter. I can give you the example also. Acetylcholine is a type of acetylcholine, dopamine So these are the examples of neurotransmitter. So the neurotransmitter is going to release in between this junction. Now the dendrite of the first neuron, catches this or recognize this neurotransmitters. The dendrite process the information. Dendrite and the cell body process this information, and information passes to the axon. Now very important, in the axon the message becomes in an electrical form, in an electrical signal. The message becomes in the form of electrical impulse. The message becomes. That is very important question for your board exam. In the board exam, they were asking the functions of the different part. So the function of the dendrite is to gather this information. The function of the dendrite is to gather this information and processing it. In the axon, the message pass in the electrical impulse. If you took biology, if you take further biology, and this is the part of 11th class. So how the conduction took place. But in the 10th class we have to we have to study this all. Now the dendrite going to capture the information. It is processing. The information gets processed here. Then it passes to the axon in the electrical impulses, and from the axon the message passes to the nerve endings. From the nerve endings, these are the synaptic knobs. These round structures are called the synaptic knobs, from which the same neurotransmitter is released. That is important. The same neurotransmitter is released, which released here. So the message travels in the neuron is in electrical form. The message which travels in the neuron is in the electrical form. That is important. Now the message passes the first neuron and it comes to the second neuron. Again the same case, the second neuron, the dendrite get the information, process it, pass to the axon and to the nerve ending. Again the same chemical is released, the same neurotransmitter is released, and again it captured by the dendrite of the third neuron, and again it passes. So that in that way the information passes to the brain, and from the brain again the information is going. It passes to the effector muscles, the muscles which are going to function later. So the important thing again is the gap between the two neurons. You can see the gap between the two neurons, and that gap is known to be as synapse. So in the exam, the question may come, what is synapse and what happens there? So synapse is a gap between the two neurons, or you can say it is the gap between the nerve ending of the first and the dendrite of the second neuron, and in that gap the neurotransmitters were released, and the dendrite were going to capture those neurotransmitters, recognize those neurotransmitters, and makes an electrical impulse, makes an electrical signal, and that electrical signal passes whole neuron up to the nerve endings, and from the nerve endings and again the same the chemical. Okay, now this is how the conduction of nerve impulse took place. This is the diagram which I made for conduction of nerve impulse. This is the diagram is for conduction of nerve impulse, or you can say the conduction of nerve impulse or the conduction of messages like this. So is it clear to you? I think. If it doesn't clear to you, please message me or comment me or something like this. So the three important things which we studied in this video is the structure of neuron, the conduction of the nerve impulse, how the conduction of nerve. This diagram is very, very important. Please make sure to remember this. You have to remember this diagram by heart. The structure of neuron also and the structure of this coordination. So this is the end of this video. In the next video, we are going to see the reflex, what is reflex section and reflex arc, and surely you get that video in very much short time. So I'm going to give you assignment regarding this. And in the next video we are going to talk about the reflex section, reflex arc, and maybe possible the human brain. Okay, so these are the this is my video for you, the first video for this chapter. Okay, thank you.